Oh no, people can hear you now.
Oh no.
Ah.
My name's Cletus. Cletus
I'm being
Montgomery.
perceived. I am being
Don't
perceived.
perceive me.
Hello.
Don't do this to me.
Is it bad that my character's green screen shows up when I talk? What's that about?
A little bit.
I don't know. I don't know why it does that. That's so weird.
Because technically it's two different shades of green.
The green screen? Oh, because of the.
It turns into a darker green when you're not talking.
Got it. Great. Fantastic.
You had to be
You
special.
had to be special.
I am special.
Fantastico.
I am.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Hi, how
hello,
are you?
Zelda, Russell, Ogami, Oishi, Soko the Wolf. We got a lot of names up in here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this very start of Eluders does furry D&D this time, I guess. Set in a setting
Furry D&D.
called Beast World, the Delver's Guide to Beast World setting. And it's basically, I can like, oh yeah, it's very unique. It's got cool world building and all that. It's D&D made for furries by furries. Everyone can be their own furry character. It's going to be a great time. Let's go from on stream right to left, starting with Yagoki here. Go ahead and say your little spiel, like where can people find you on the internet, as well as what's a fun detail about Alcander, your character.
Hello, my name is Yoki Wolf. You may call me with Wolf. Should I do so? Yes.
No, love.
Speak
No.
English.
He's out of practice. Oh god.
I was like, what the fuck did you say?
I can be found in many a place on the internet, here on Twitch, over on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, all the same name, Yugoki Wolf. And I usually am doing Final Fantasy 14 or Metroidvanias, indie games. Definitely looking forward to Silk Song later tonight. A fun fact about Alcander here.
What is Alcander? I mean, we've never seen this character, so...
Alcander is a silver bulwark dragon of the ghost god warlock persuasion. He initially kept waking up with these migraines, and his scales would shed, and he just eventually just chalked it up to age, because he didn't really have anyone else of his kind around to ask. Until one day he disappeared.
And went... just like that. Yes, a lot of mystery around Alcander here. Moving along, Zana, where can you be found, and what is a fun fact about Yara?
I can be found nowhere because I don't stream anymore because life. But when I do stream infrequently, I can be found at Misfith here on Twitch. That's it.
I'm sure
I'm
we'd
the
all
one that
love
usually
to have
takes
the,
care of
the
uploading
work.
things.
We'd love to see those work streams. They were fun. I remember them fondly.
I know. I do tend to be the one to try to remember to upload these things to the Odors team.
YouTube.
YouTube?
YouTube.
Yes.
Yes.
The tubes of the U.
That red site.
And then No, she'll help the ammo. She'll help you. Scroll with.
Fortunately, I do think that we're kind of missing audio there. Apologies for looking into it.
It's me. Okay, maybe this will work better. Yara loves 3 Acres War a normal amount.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have an entire space dedicated to it. Nah, couldn't be her.
No, totally couldn't be. All right. We'll learn more about 3 Acres War, I'm sure. I'm sure that you'll end up talking our ears off about it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Moving along here, Cross, where can you be found on the internet? And forgive me if I mispronounce it, but what is a fun fact about Gavre?
We'll get to that pronunciation. Hi, I'm Cross the Wolf. You can find me over here on Twitch, Cross_the_wolf. Same over on TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky, miscellaneous places like those. I usually play Dead by Daylight over on my channel, trying to branch out a couple other things as well. So go and follow over there if you haven't already. My character's name is Gavra Tier. And he's a wolf from the Alamance region, specifically from Soresport. I think I'm pronouncing that city name correctly. And let's see, fun fact about him is he is fantastic at many, many different instruments, but even though he's great with all those instruments, he really hates playing percussion. Doesn't like doing it. He can do it. You ask him to do it, he can do it, but he doesn't like doing it.
Does he get bored?
Thinks it's boring. He gets bored.
Thinks it's boring.
He likes notes, not banging sticks. There's your fun fact.
Yes. Our noble wolf. Get out. All right. I don't believe that we have Husky back yet. They are currently partaking of food, everybody's favorite thing and pastime, right next to sleeping, I'm sure. So we will move along to Atlas and have Husky introduce themselves when they get back. So Atlas, where can you be found on the internet? And what is a fun fact about Jin here?
My name is Atlas. You can find me at twitch.tv/cross_the_wolf.
Oh, fucking hell.
You can also sometimes find me at twitch.tv/atlaswervin. And a fun fact about Jin is that he's totally a doctor for sure. For sure, that is what he does for a living. He's for sure just a doctor, for sure.
For sure, just a doctor, for sure.
Uh-huh. Just don't ask too many questions, but I'm for sure a doctor, for sure.
Medical doctor?
If that's what is more believable to you, then that is what I am.
Oh dear.
Okay. We just got to make some adjustments here.
You can find Atlas at Riven_Atlas.
Riven_Atlas. Yeah, it changed. Oh, yeah, that's a fun fact about me. One day I'm going to push Riven Atlas under, like, off a cliff. That's my other fun fact. You're welcome.
So you I can fly.
You can't fly. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. That lore that is not lore accurate.
All right.
What is with Riven_Atlas over there? This, all the sass, all the time.
All the sass, all the time.
Always so sassy.
One day.
One day.
days.
One of these dies.
Pow.
One of these
right in the
dies.
kisser.
Oh, I misspelled Russell.
So, you're going to kiss Riven_Atlas. Got it.
Oh well.
Is Ribbon underscore Atlas also a woman now?
I think that's how that works. I think that's how this works.
I consent to this.
Oh.
No.
Jokes on you, they always were.
Damn. My lawyer will hear about this.
Both trans icons. All right, all
Smooshed into
right.
submission.
Atlas Riven copyrighted the transition first.
I did. Copyrighted my transition before it was cool.
So I will take this opportunity to give a little bit of background on not only you guys, but the world that we need to know. A little brief introduction for our viewers here who probably aren't as knowledgeable about Beast World as they will be in a couple minutes when I'm done. Starting off, Beast World is a world of beasts originally. Humans came later, but originally it was just the animal folk. Awakened animals, presumably by Piroa, the mother goddess. And I say that the humans came later, it actually was a rather recent engagement. We're talking maybe less than 20, probably 13 years ago, I want to say it was, when we had the Invader War. It marked one of the critical points that sort of started to really change Beast World. It had been around for less than 2,000 years, but the Beast World started in the year 1350 and went on for 3 years. The Beast World was invaded by humans who had discovered it. What been the Invader War? I think I've been saying it wrong. Humans invaded, and it was a war for 3 years. It was one of the great miracles of Piroa that the animal folk actually managed to pull through and not lose that war. They weren't winning it originally, if I am to remember my history correctly. Then you had another miracle, which is that the humans, who were only fighting to invade Beast World because their own world was collapsing, were all basically saved. The entire population of humans were teleported on in and integrated into society. Some easier than others. Some still harbor wartime anger. But that's how you've got the humans and the beasts now living together in what is Beast World. And what was the human world is now called the Broken World. The Broken World is where the Ghost God lives. And that is the patron creature of Alkander here, our warlock. Alkander and Yara traveled together for a while. They're two very long-lived species. We have ourselves here a dragon and a jackal, both exceptionally long-lived. And each of them approaches life with their own degree of vigor, some discovering more as they go than others. And as they've traveled, as Alkander had stated, they started to experience these interesting headaches. They didn't know where it was coming from, but seemed to just get by day, suffering the damage of it. It was making their scales fall off, and it was just a bad time. Yara, our jackal character here, in their traveling and wanting to discover more about games in the Beast World, but also continue on in their love of the 3 Acre War game. From a meta level, you can basically consider 3 Acre War to be close to Warhammer 40k. It's a tabletop war-like game, but played within the Beast World. And the Jackals love it. They traveled together, and Yara would often use the freshly dropped scales of Alkander to carve pieces for games and what have you. One day, Alkander shed a piece large enough that Yara was able to actually make a tiny sculpture, a little figurine of Alkander. Alkander grabbed that piece and plopped out of existence. For a long time. It wasn't a terribly long time. It was long enough that Yara got concerned and had to seek out an expert in warlocks to figure out how to get her friend back. That is the story of how Yara eventually found Foxy, another warlock, but a scout, not a delver, in the village of the moving caravan, I should say, of Litfeld. Litfeld. There we go. Words you don't say out loud, you say them in your head a lot. Foxy assisted Yara with retrieving Alkander from the broken world where they were stuck, and has since offered to train Alkander in the warlock ways, who is no longer suffering from those headaches now that they have the opportunity to visit the broken world and start to live out the warlock life as they kind of are meant to. They're not fighting it accidentally anymore. And that's a brief introduction for everything you'd need to know about Alkander and Yara as characters. Did you guys want to add anything to that?
No, that was pretty succinct.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So I'm going to move to the other side here. Hailing from a different nation entirely, Aurea, we have Dazbo and Jin Nrav. I believe I've said that right, Jin Nrav?
Yeah.
Yes. A bunny and a wizard, as well as a raccoon mercy cleric. Quite the combo. They have a very storied history. And the long and the short of it that I would be willing to tell you guys, that we don't want to delve, too deep into it from the get-go, is that these two are lifelong friends and have a bond that just carried them through some of the toughest stuff you could get through in life. And each of them has approached their new adult lives, having escaped that previous lifestyle that they partook in different ways. We have Jin here, a doctor, working on understanding life better, and living life to the fullest. And then you have Dazbo, a mercy cleric, just seeking to offer others the mercy that they themselves received, and believing in the general good of our furry-faced friends all over the beast world. A doctor of a fashion, yes, a doctor. I don't want to eke too much into that, but I know that we still don't have Husky. But is there anything else you would like our viewers to know about Jin Nrav, Atlas?
I'm a doctor.
They're a doctor.
That's all I got. You're welcome.
I realize that I have forgotten to mention. It's almost a sub point for Yara, but they are our resident barbarian. I know. They love board games, and they are the barbarian. Isn't that amazing, everyone? And then in the middle here, we have another interesting face of ourselves, a wolf of noble lineage, hailing from a nearby town where they're trying to make their own way in life. A lot of their initial jumping into the delve is because they have a mark that they need to figure out and discern the meaning of before it gets to be out of hand. So, they have found themselves in Litfeld, a delver's town of delvers, and have also happened upon Foxy, a scout who was not working with any other delver crews at the time, and I'm sure that Cross's character here, used to the private tutors of noble life, would be much more accustomed to having their own personal scout working with them and getting to know them more personally, than trying to work with some big corporate scouting company that's, like a newspaper. But is there anything else on top of that that you would like the players or the viewers to know about your guy?
Good question. No.
No.
Not that I could
They
think of.
are they are our resident bard, a studied bard, and a College of the Swords, if I believe right, is their goal. They want to, not your traditional musical bard that does a lot of spell slinging. They want to be right up there in the action. That makes up our party here. We have a wizard, a cleric, a bard, a barbarian, and a warlock. To give you guys a start, as we kind of jump in here, Litfeld is, as I've stated, the Delvers' city of Delvers. It is a caravan town that literally travels over the surface of the Beast World, going from country to country, city to city, seeking out delves and solving them in quick right. There are benefits and costs to living out here in Litfeld, but the biggest benefit is that you're in a town made for Delvers by Delvers. Retired Delvers, everyone that's here has some connection to the Delve, even those that are just family of Delvers, who work together while their partners are out in the Delve, tackling the dungeons. It creates a very close-knit community. You guys would be aware that part of the actual cost of running Delve here is that Litfeld gets its cut, in much the same way that the Scout gets their cut. But that's just the cost of doing business and for getting to go on the Delves. Unlike traditional D&D stories where the players are given these cryptic hints or rumors, and they have to kind of track them down and be like, I wonder if there's something here. The Scout handles all that. They track down the rumors and are like, I wonder if a dungeon has appeared here. They compile that information and present it, once they've confirmed the presence of a dungeon, to a delving crew. The delving crew works on case-by-case basis dungeons. Now, to tie it all back to our little history lesson earlier, after the Invader War, the dungeon appeared. With a capital D, the dungeon. No one knows entirely where it came from or what its purpose is, but it causes monsters and ancient cities or ancient tombs, what have you, to appear around the Beast World. These are very dangerous things, especially when you think you're living in a nice rural town and all of a sudden a nearby cemetery appears, and you're like, there wasn't a cemetery there before, and then comes the roving undead. Delvers are who they send to actually clear out dungeons. Dungeons spawn in with a bunch of loot as well, so it's very fortunate. Or how would I put this? You can make a lot of money. And the economy kind of has had to adjust, being built around the dungeon and the dangers and additional costs that it's brought in. Some go into the dungeons trying to understand more about them. Others just view it as an adventure, and they're ready to get a slice of the pie. Each of you, I'm sure, have your own reasons for approaching the dungeon, money not being little among them. And that's why you all have found yourself working with Foxy, the Scout. He will procure you your dungeons, and in the meantime, you'll have downtime around town. Before I lead us into our first scene here, where Foxy, the character, will bring you guys to your a rendezvous point to discuss your first delve as an official group of delvers. What have you guys been doing for downtime while you've moved into Litfeld? Littfeld. Litfeld. There we go. You've moved into Litfeld. What did you guys do for downtime? How have you guys spent your time?
Crafting new armies?
Mm-hmm. 3-acre war armies, lots of carving.
Reading and searching the area for medical knowledge.
Got it, got it. Certainly not forbidden medical knowledge.
Alcander's been keeping Yara's tools sharp, saving her on funds needed to keep all of her minis in top shape.
That is true. You were a guild member, right? Part of the crafting
Correct.
guild, if I remember correctly. Putting those skills to use. Of course, Foxy has also been helping you with your daily traversing the Broken World as well. You've been traveling there on occasion with him.
Yeah, picking up
Part of your regular training.
and picking up noticing and picking up the spell components and such that are the gifts from the god and such.
Cross, how has your character been spending their free
Fairly
time?
well.
Gaber's been tavern hopping.
Tavern hopping. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Meeting the locals.
Exactly, meeting the locals, entertaining the locals as requested, and keeping an ear out for any murmurings of what could be going on with that whole mark thing, but not having much luck as of yet.
Not finding anything so far.
No.
I'm sure that you've discussed it with Foxy, who is also trying to research that mark and see if they can figure out something for you. A bit of a quid pro quo outside of the dungeon is trying to help you out there.
Indubitably.
And unfortunately, we still don't have a husky, but that's okay. For this first part, they shouldn't need to be here. And we'll just make sure to give them much fanfare when they finally get back from Din Din. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce our first scene. This would have been a pre-scheduled meeting between Foxy and all of you guys as the Delving crew. This would be the first time that you guys could view yourselves as almost 3 different groups right now. Yara and Alcander have traveled together. Gravera has traveled on their own and done their own thing. Jin and Dasbo have been traveling together from Aurea, where they find themselves here. Foxy has acquired all 3 of you groups and has asked you guys to all meet together to form a Delving group officially. Come up with a name for it and all of that at a spot that they selected. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Where's the spot?
Yes.
The
Where's the
spot.
and what's the name?
The name of what?
The crew.
Oh, well, that's going to be for you guys to decide. It's your crew. He's just this guy.
Do we bring along Huskies? He's not here, like his weekend at Bernie's.
I'll drag Dasbog's body around. He was really tired. It was a long trip for him.
They walked the whole way and something, I don't need money and food. And it turns out they did in fact need the money and the food.
Aw.
Ah, those pious individuals.
He's trying a new
the
medicine.
spot-
It's fine.
It's NyQuil. They took an allergy pill and they've been out ever since.
Oh God.
The spot is called Delver Delicacy, and I pre-wrote a little description for you guys. So here we go.
How about that?
Many children run around the wagon as you approach, corralled by their parents or otherwise guardians. A silver dragon watches over a patch of littles that are seemingly the most well-behaved. The wagon itself is decorated to look like the entrance of a cave, with candles and sconces around to provide the right mood lighting. Fake stone gargoyles are perched on the four corners of the wagon, and you frequently see a brethren being the word for humans in the beast world, a brethren teenager walking in and out of the wagon in an almost cartoony troll costume, serving desserts with all the panache, or lack thereof, that you would expect of a reluctant youth. Foxy takes a seat at a free table with enough seating for everyone.
As Alkander walks in, he would flash a smile to the silver dragon and the youth she's overseeing. Give him a wave.
The silver dragon
and
gives you a gentle nod.
And then proceed through to find a seat.
I will say that entering this place, as you've found, has been the case for many businesses here in Litfeld, and many of the wagons. It is much larger on the inside than it appears from the outside. From the outside, we're talking about maybe a 15 by 20 foot wagon, 15 by 40 foot wagon. It's large, but from the inside, this is like a 100 by 100 foot space with lots of seating.
Jin will.
Did Alkander mention to Yara that it was time to go to the meeting? Because Yara's in her space, whittling away.
He would have gotten close enough to set off the alarms that she has on her coffin, and then knock 3 times.
I will also put out there for the record that said coffin is currently probably in Foxy's wagon, since you guys do not have a wagon of your own at this time.
So yes, he would have alerted her, at the very least. As Helkander walks in, he will marvel for a second. It's gonna take a minute to get used to that.
Yes, it is often the case, as well as for to a minor extent. Even Foxy's wagon has some extra dimensional space on the inside, which is why he's okay with housing more of you. But we're talking like, it's not to this scale. Foxy's wagon goes from being a normal one to maybe like a 30 by 30 foot room. Comfortable for, 6 people to find seating. This space is much larger on the inside. Clearly, whoever owns this wagon has a lot of money at their disposal to have been able to outfit it so.
You would probably first hear Jin grunting and kind of like sighing and little mumbles of, "Why is your stuff always so heavy? I should have never promised to carry you if you fell asleep." As I drag Dazbog in and I kind of not gently throw him into a chair at the table and I wipe my brow. He's fine. I just gave him some. He had the sniffles. Don't worry about it.
Well, you can't have bad allergies if you're unconscious. That's how most cold medicine works.
Yeah, he's never been better. Anyway, why are there so many children in here?
It's a dessert shop. The kids really love it. It's themed after the dungeon, and I figured it was a great place for our first meeting.
Gross.
Yara. Yara wonders in. There's paint on the fur on her forehead.
I think you're
Just try to
breaking
clean
up a little bit.
Because I'm talking so quietly, because it's hard for me to talk. Yara wonders in. There is paint
I think it's
right on
just
her
cutting.
forehead. She looks like she. Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's just cutting out.
Yara wanders in. There is a paint smudge. Okay.
Yara wanders in. There's a paint smudge on her forehead. Looks like she tried to clean up but missed some spot. Some of her fur is askew. Yeah.
So generally unkept.
Yeah. Yeah. And she looks around and goes immediately for Alcander. And sits.
Cool. Thank you for that.
And so Gavor's coming over, and he's trying his best to, you know, that thing where someone's trying their best to look normal, and in doing so, is not looking normal whatsoever.
Yeah, inconspicuous, if you will.
Exactly. He's trying his best to blend in, but in doing so is drawing a bit more attention, unfortunately, and smiles sheepishly to everyone as he's going through. Finds his way to the only to a seat between everyone else.
As you are crossing towards the table that Foxy has selected for everyone, some of the kids run by real quick and yank on your tail and then run away screaming.
I let out a yelp and just stare at them, wondering what in the world came across their mind to do that.
As you look back, you notice that the silver dragon, who is still nearby, goes out of the room real quick, and you can already see them, like, they immediately are frozen and are, like, a little sheepishly in fear of, like, ah, snap, we're in trouble. So it seems justice is being swiftly served.
Oh no, that totally normal guy was just rabidly attacked by those little heathens.
Still looking a bit perplexed, he just wanders in and tries to not look at it over there too much to draw any more attention over to them.
Your tail carefully tucked away this time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys have all sat down at the table.
Jin is probably not sitting as much as he's like standing behind Dazbog's chair, just kind of like every time he starts to lean a little one way, he just kind of like pushes him back so he's sitting straight up so he doesn't fall out of the chair.
Just get some rope.
He doesn't like rope.
He's unconscious. He doesn't care.
No, but I don't want to hear about it when he gets up.
All right. Well, I've gotten all of you guys here. You're a larger group than normal for a delving crew, but I feel like you guys could have some really good synergy. You do a lot to cover for each other's weaknesses, at least as I understand each of you. And I feel like it'll be a great opportunity. And as he's explaining this, he pulls a letter out of his pocket and sits it on the table. Did you guys want to order something to eat?
Oh, absolutely.
Sure. Something sweet.
Something roasted.
Well, let's see. he stands up and then goes and retrieves the teenager who's wearing the troll costume. He then sits back down, and the kid in the troll costume is like, "Welcome to Delver Delicacy. How can I help you?"
Do you have coffee?
Nope. We got sweets. We got bullet bites. They're like marshmallows with cookie crumbs. We got mimic mixed treats. It's a set of chocolate treasure chests, but one of them is filled with horseradish. We got rock egg meringues. They're just meringues that are shaped like rock eggs. Tarask Misku. It's like tiramisu, but it's huge, big enough for more than one person.
You can
And
kind of
then-
tell by looking that as soon as Jin heard we only have sweets, he completely checked out and is just like, it's almost like he's staring past the teenager, and it's very obvious that he has stopped listening.
At the mention of the Taraskmisu, Alexander eyes Yara, and then we'll take 2.
Two of those. Let's see. We also have elemental eclairs. They come in 4 flavors. We got whipped cream, cinnamon, chocolate, and custard. And then my personal favorite and my contribution to the menu. And when he says this is the only item that he says with any degree of like gumption. He says goulash. It's not a dessert, it's goulash, but like I make it real good.
Did
You know,
say
that
something
sounds
like
interesting.
sweet?
I'll take a bowl of that too.
All right, so 2 Tarask Miskus and a goulash.
I'll have one of those goulashes as well.
All right, 2 goulash. Mhm. I think I'm gonna take the mimic mixed treats. That's Foxy ordering for themselves. Unfortunately, we don't have anything in the way of coffee, but I'm sure I could grab you something else while we're out. All right. Yeah, I think that's it for us so far. All right. Go ahead and get us that. I think our sleepy friend just needs some more time. All right. I'll be
Straightens
back.
out Dazbog again. Thank you for your service.
And then the kid goes back to the kitchen area and starts plating up the various things that were ordered. All right. Here you guys go. And he slides this letter across the table. I'm going to share pictures of it. So look for that in... I'll just put it in game info. It is a letter that, when unpacked, has a handwritten letter, as well as a little pamphlet. Alright, this contains the latest information for the Delve.
As soon as it comes through.
processing. There we
There we go.
The one with more words on it is the letter, and the other one is a little flyer. Would one
Nice
of you guys
haiku.
like to read this one? I appreciate that you recognized it.
Let's see here.
Yeah, did one of you guys want to read out the letter
Sure.
for our viewers?
The letter first or the pamphlet first?
Up to you guys.
I'll take a look at the pamphlet first. Labeled as Scryer Soothsaying. Honesty praise be. Truth is held in high regard. Lies have no place here. Signed Nothic Noir. Then the letter says, Dearest Delvers, within you'll find detailed all I was able to scrounge together on this confusing dungeon. I've confirmed there are 3 missing persons currently, 4 if not for a single survivor who I interviewed and through their account confirmed that a dungeon was in fact the cause of the disappearances. The survivor, one Florence Bernard, didn't see sight nor sound of the missing persons, but detailed seeing a tent in the woods surrounded by a fence of bones. He received an invitation, see enclosed, and, after entering, was asked some questions. He then woke up shortly after, not fully recalling the questions and by extent his answers, but maybe he remembers more now. He's our best lead for locating this moving dungeon and the victims it has already claimed, if at all possible. Ever watchful, Foxy Frostheim.
So, we are seeking out a tent surrounded by bones. I mean, that shouldn't be terribly hard to find.
That's what I
How
thought,
old
but
are the
I've never
bones?
seen it.
How old are the bones?
I couldn't
We'll
ID
find
them
out when we get
myself.
there, I'm sure.
The Florence described it as a fence made out of bones with skulls mounted on various points. The skulls themselves illuminated almost like torches.
Oh, so it's a bone picket fence.
Jen kind of grins a little and he goes, "Ooh, my interest has been piqued."
Mm-hmm. Again, we're
Yeah,
not sure where it is. I looked all over for this supposed place, and so long as I was there, I never received an invitation myself. The invitation that you guys have there was the one given to Florence, who gave it to me since they didn't need it anymore. I presume that the other missing persons, the other 3 missing persons also received similar invitations. So whatever this dungeon is, it seems to be picking people out and doesn't exist in a single place. It waits for those that it invites to approach it. My hope is that either you guys will happen upon it or receive an invitation upon arrival, as it does seem to favor travelers who aren't native to the area. It's whatever dungeon we're dealing with, it's on the smarter end of things in terms of my experience having found them. And it's not common that you find a small mobile dungeon either, but it does seem to be locking itself to the area.
Looking at the flyer, I would have to suspect it's, if it is targeting people, maybe those that are seeking answers or have some kind of burning question that they don't know what is the truth. Or maybe all they know is lies regarding a specific situation in their life, kind of a thing.
That's definitely possible. It's a quiet town. They run local vineyards and primarily export wine, manufacture it. The town is basically built around that. So it's not a big place. Again, it's a small dungeon from what I could tell, which is why I think it's great for some fresh-faced delving crew.
And You said how many people didn't return?
There are
3 out of 4.
Yes, there were 4 missing persons, but one of them came back. That's the person that I interviewed, Florence.
He's the one who did answer questions, but after waking up didn't seem to recall anything.
Yeah, I didn't seem to recall the questions that were asked of them or how they answered, but apparently the way that they decided to answer, however they approached it, they must not have met the same fate as the others.
3 people.
Is this person around still for us to
618.
ask anything else? Or would that not be worthwhile at this point?
No, they're still there. I've secured you guys travel to get to the town. It's just, once you get there, you'll have to figure out, where to go from there and actually locate the dungeon. Unfortunately, it is mobile. But the magistrate for that town, I believe, can point you in the direction of Florence. Just let them know that you're working on trying to solve the missing persons case.
I would say that's probably our best lead.
Mm-hmm.
From across the table, it's just Jin is now resting his both of his elbows on Dazbog's head, and you can hear him mumbling things, and he's just like, 618. That's 3 people worth, but if you remove the fingers, they're not big enough. And the toes couldn't be useful. Hinges, maybe.
Are you doing calculations on how many people it took to make the fence?
I mean, don't you find it interesting? A fence made of bones. How many people do you think it'd take to do such a thing?
I mean,
Some people would
it
find that
depend.
offensive.
It would depend, as he does his best to ignore the wolf. It would depend on Beastkin brother what are the humans called? Brethren, that's okay. I had it right. Would depend on Beastkin brethren or monster bones, I think.
I guess true, but if we average it out, we'd have to subtract at least 300 for the bones and the hands and the feet, because like I said, they're not big enough to really make a fence out of. Unless you somehow stick them together. And you can see as he slowly forgets that he was talking to you directly, and he just gets lost in his own thought process of building a fence out of bones.
While you're doing that, I look over at Dazbog, who's starting to slightly slump over, and I kind of nudge him, and he starts slumping a little faster toward you.
You can see as instead of fixing him, Jin just doesn't move his elbows, and so his elbows stay in place, and Dazbog just kind of falls out of the chair.
As Dazbog falls out of the chair, you awaken with a start.
Huh? What? Huh? What's going on? Whoa, where am I? Huh? Whoa! What is this fancy place? Whoa!
On the floor, a child is poking you in the nose with a small stick.
You,
Just out of natural response, I just lay there and sticking my tongue up. That
The little wolf girl laughs and then goes running back to the silver dragon, who is off in the corner.
You'd probably also be looking up at Jin, who you would be familiar with. Jin, who's completely gone into his own little world and is just mumbling hypotheticals.
Oh, hey, best buddy, how's it going? What's going on? Hey, what's going on? Where are we? Huh?
Oh,
Tell me what's going on. Hey, buddy.
Hey,
Hey, bud.
Dazbog. How many people you think it'd take to make a fence?
What?
A fence out of people. How many people you think that takes?
Hopefully 0, because I don't want to know that answer.
That's an improbable amount.
Well, if you want to think
Ah.
about it, you've got one individual person is going to have 4 legs. Each limb is going to have 2 decently long bones to use, and so that's 8
La la
decently
la
long
la
bones
la
per
la la
person.
la la.
So
Dazbog just covers his ears. La
take
la
however
la.
many bits of fence you need, multiply by 8.
Mm.
As
That's how many
much as
bones you
I
need.
would love to hear this ravishing conversation, let's not forget that there are children nearby.
Oh, disgusting. You're right. I wouldn't want to ruin my mood.
Anyway, glad to see you here with us. Do you have any quick questions? We're at the Delver Delicacy. It's a dessert place. Speaking of, our desserts are getting here now. The kid in the troll costume comes back and is plating down the goulash for 2 of you, as well as 2 very, very large terrace miscues. The
As
plate
the-
of 6.
As the
Go on.
food lands on the table and the children scurry away with the conversation, Elkander would try and make eye contact with the silver dragon that was in charge of the children. If he's able to, he would mouth,
Sorry.
She does like a hand symbol, like I don't know how to describe it, but like almost like you're praying but with only one hand, just a real quick like gesture towards you to be like, it's okay.
Right. Dazbog. How are your
Yeah,
sinuses?
Oh, I don't know. I feel kind of funny still. I didn't realize I was being talked to.
Hmm. But at least you're not coughing anymore. This is a partial success. Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Unfortunate.
Can I get some water, please?
Yeah, I can get you a glass of water. The teenager goes and finds a cup. Well, while we're waiting for him to get back, and you guys want to play a bit of Russian mimic mixed treats roulette, one of these 6 is filled with horseradish.
Yara will pick.
Elkander will pick one up too.
Okay.
I'd rather die than risk eating sugar.
Yara, roll a d6.
I believe that was a 5.
That was a 5.
You're good. Yours is filled with a delicious custard. Alkander, roll a d6.
4.
You are also good.
Dazbog not paying attention to what's going on, just picks one up and just scoop the spoonful into his mouth. I got a
All right.
6.
A 6? The little mimic treat that you got is filled with custard. It tastes delicious.
This is delicious. Thank you.
I sigh and say, why not? Grab a piece. I rolled a 5.
The one that you have is safe.
Phew.
It is
Delicious.
All right. right, I guess it's down to me. It's the 50-50 chance.
I know your luck is so good, you might actually get the one that has the good stuff in it.
You see his face grimace. It was in fact the one filled with horseradish.
See, I
Oh,
told
dear.
you. You're lucky, you got the one with the good stuff in it.
Dasbog does that typical dog thing, tilts his head looking at you. What's wrong? Does it not taste yummy?
I don't like horseradish during the best of times, but that's just the way it goes. He
Poor
really
Sod
did
got
stomach through
the-
it, though.
Poor Sod got the bad one. How's the Tarask? Yara?
Each one of those is a shareable meal that could probably feed 4 people, so have fun with that.
She's halfway through it.
You're gonna sleep well later.
If you want to sleep really well, I just discovered a medicine that does that very well.
Since we have Husky back, does anyone want to fill in Dasbog on you guys' mission?
Or there's also the question of what are we looking at? Who are we looking at?
Yeah, Dasbog. And Husky, I guess, for that matter. Husky, where can people find you on the internet, and what is a fun fact about our little raccoon cleric?
Well, people can find me at Emo Say Husky at Twitch TV. Let's see, a fun fact about Dasbog. Him and Jin have been best friends since they've been young kids. In fact, if it wasn't for Jin, Daz wouldn't actually be able to know how to be able to speak with one another right now.
Nice. That's such a touching story.
Hmm.
But go ahead. You guys fill them in. I'm gonna find something to wash this horseradish out of my mouth. I'll be
Well,
back.
now
And
that
he
you're
gets
awake,
up to go find a drink while you guys fill Dasbog in on your first delve.
well, now that you're awake, you probably should know what we're up against here. Some kind of fortune teller that lives in a tent that has a bone fence. Hence the conversation you woke up to. That is seeking the truth in things versus any kind of lies. Maybe saying lies in their presence causes unspeakable things to happen. Maybe you get added to the fence.
Isn't that
Spooky.
exhilarating?
No, I don't want to be added to the fence. That sounds scary.
Don't be ridiculous. They can't add you to the fence. I still have
You don't know
needs.
that.
The fence is already done being made. Why would they add more to it?
I mean,
more
they can
decoration.
they can expand if they want to, but they can't take him. I need him to carry some things.
I'm really good at carrying things.
It is a talent he has. Sounding.
Husky, if you check the Discords, I did post a letter and a pamphlet that you guys had received from Foxy. So
Okay, I
there's
did
copy
catch
of
up
it
on
in
that.
there. So that is just on the table. The letter, by the way, I know it's not on the picture that I sent, but the letter has a little wax stamp on it, emblazoned with Foxy's picto. So you've seen it on the cuff of his jacket. It's also in that wax seal, showing that this is an official Scouts document, and he's put his name on it, basically. All right. Foxy then returns, sits down. Sorry about that. All right. Any questions about delving? I know this is the first one. Anything you guys want me to help you guys prepare for?
Where will my space go?
I will hold on to it. One day you guys will have a wagon of your own, I'm sure, and it'll be much easier for you to travel with all of your stuff. However, I will hold on to your excess in the meantime.
Yara narrows her eyes.
I can assure you it's in one of the safest places that it could be here in Litfeld.
And you're certain we'll all get
No
along?
going inside.
It'd be a little bit more fun if you didn't, but, you know, I'm sure that you guys will work well together. Call it Scout's intuition.
I guess more people to carry stuff isn't always the worst.
Yay, more friends!
Friends is always a good thing, indeed. You and I agree.
So, like I had pointed out, you guys will be traveling to a... Pull up my notes here. You guys will be traveling to a village not too far away. I have secured you guys travel with a wagon that is going there to retrieve some goods. And when you guys have finished, hopefully it won't take too long, they will have loaded up some wine that's going to be coming back, and that will be your travel there and back, is just with that one wagon.
Oh.
The village is called Vintay, V-I-N-T-A-Y, Vintay.
Might we be able to partake?
I'm sure if you've got the dime, they have the wine.
How long is the trip?
And you can see him mentally do a little bit of mental math here, and he goes, I believe that I've worked it out. You'll get there roughly around midday after leaving tomorrow morning. We're getting close to the town, which is why, you know, we'll want you guys to leave immediately. And then we'll set up camp, and, you know, it'll probably take you a day or two to get back once you guys are done, depending on how long it takes for you guys to solve the dungeon.
Sounds fine, I guess.
All right. And
Definitely sounds like an interesting time.
just as a gentle reminder, you are here at Litfeld. You will have to abide by the rules here, especially when it comes to getting back with your loot. I have the utmost faith that you will. Just remember that I get my 25% cut, but most importantly, 10% off the top goes to Litfeld. You don't pay that, Litfelders will get you. And quite frankly, it's a town full of Delvers. I don't think you need to question who here actually carries more martial weight. But it is very important that everyone gets their cut, and that's they get their cut off the top.
Out of character question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
If you can hear me. How much does the coffin weigh? How heavy
The-
is it?
Your coffin is basically a wagon almost in and of itself. It has to be carted around with pulleys and wheelies
Okay.
and in the back of another wagon.
Got it. Okay.
It'd be like lifting a room itself. Or I guess a small car.
So what do we need to do now?
Well, make your preparations. Again, I've secured you guys travel. I will meet you guys at the wagon in the morning and see you guys off. And then I will wait for you guys' return on my end. The rest is on you guys as the delving crew to figure out what's up. Find the missing persons, ideally as many as you can. Although, we understand if you can't find them all. We're doing what we can to try to close the dungeon as quickly as possible to prevent any other missing persons.
Timeline check. Would this have been within, say, 16, 18 hours of last trip to Broken World for Elkander?
I assume that your trips to Broken World are an almost a daily occurrence, at least in the morning.
Okay.
I treat it like, a long rest, personally. I'll have to do some more looking into it from a DM side of things and make sure that that's accurate. But I consider it like every day you'll pop in real quick, at least enough to alleviate yourself of headaches for a while. Listen to the ghost god's whispers and all that jazz.
Right. And get
Get some components.
spell components and such.
So yes, it would be within that time frame for you.
Okay.
All right. Well, if there's no other questions, I will retire to my wagon. I believe that Alkander and Yara will be joining me.
I have a question.
Gavra, Jin, and Dazbo, do you guys have lodging for the evening?
Yeah.
I do believe my companion had a question.
Hmm?
Are there a few things we should be asking them?
What?
Are there any
Goodbye.
questions that we should be asking and haven't as of yet?
No. I mean, it should be a very simple delve. I would rate this as not too dangerous. Again, we've only had a few missing persons, but no confirmed dead. And whatever they're doing it slowly. They're grabbing a person maybe every week. And it's very slow going. And it has been almost a week since the last person went missing and came back. So we'll want to act quickly, but whatever timetable this particular dungeon is, very elusive dungeon, mind you, is working on, it's slow enough that we're not too pressed for time. Again, another reason I believe it's a good beginner dungeon for all of you.
Anything I find, like books and things, do they have to be turned in?
Nope. Magic items, books, things like that aren't counted. When it comes to anyone's cut, that's your gold.
So cut is calculated purely on gold content found?
Mm-hmm. The dungeon has been found to give a large amount of gold to those who actually can solve them and get out alive. So, as before, 10% off the top goes to Litfeld. I take 25% of what remains. The rest can be split among you guys.
Seems fair enough.
Sounds like it's time for some rest then.
Mm-hmm. Get well rested. You guys will leave in the morning.
Maybe some merrymaking. I hear you're one to bounce around. He's looking directly at the wolf.
You call me a hoe?
That's exactly what I heard.
Was meaning the taverns, you dolt.
Then specify.
Sleeping around is dangerous. You could get a disease.
I said bouncing.
That's the same thing.
Is Sugoki hitting on a cross?
It might behoove me to quote bounce around
I
and
will
not
state-
get too close to the bunny.
I will state that you guys are currently in Alamance, like the country Alamance, which has a very large open and poly community in many of the larger cities, and that would be general knowledge to everyone. So, like, do with that what you will.
You can see that Jin has once again kind of zoned out and has started mumbling. If we're in the same crew and he catches the disease, I wonder if he'd let me do tests on it. I could do a lot with that.
The jackal is sitting there with her thumb, one eye closed, her thumb, and like taking measurements of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Daz is sitting there cross-eyed, his tongue sticking out. No thoughts in his head whatsoever. Just happy to be there.
Head thoughts, no empty.
Head thought, no empty.
Jin, I think I saw some dead animal on the other side of the wagon. Maybe you should just,
He kind of slowly turns and looks at you. How dead? How soon?
I didn't get close enough to look.
Okay, take me to it.
Follow the smell.
I would, but it turns out that your odor is quite overbearing, so you should
What
take me to
the
it.
fuck?
Damn.
Sorry, was this not a jest you wanted?
You know what? Never mind. You can find it on your own. I'm gonna go.
Arousing.
Gonna go around. About.
Arousing. Damn.
I was about to repeat it. Also, I was like, wait a second.
Wait a second. I
Jin
said
kind of-
carousing, which is when
Jin-
you
Wait
go
a
to
minute.
bars.
Jin puts his hands in his pockets and he just starts following the wolf and he goes, I'm gonna keep following you until you show me the dead thing.
We'll be taking our leave.
Yes, I will see you guys in the morning.
Dazbog, don't get in trouble. I'm going to see dead things.
Okay, have fun. I'm gonna go sleep in that tree. And he points off in a random direction and just walks off and sleeps in a tree for that night.
As you're walking off, I
You
grab the
ordered
back
out
of
of
your
Foxy's
collar of your shirt and drag you along with.
Aw, I want to go sleep. Okay, let's go
You've
have
had
fun.
enough of that
Yay!
already.
You've been sleeping all day.
Wait, have I? What time is it? I thought it was morning.
Oh, jeez, it's
Yara starts wandering
6
off
p.m.
towards Foxy's
sorry, wagon.
wagon.
Yeah, it's probably close to
Alexander-
6 p.m.
Alexander will step out of the wagon that they were in, having finished 3/4 of his, offering the rest of it to the table before they got up. And just marvel at the sky for a minute.
How tall is Alcander?
He is. What did I write down? 6'4".
Okay, just checking. Foxy would definitely take the opportunity to help finish your tiramisu.
Yara finished hers totally. She's gone. She demolished it.
I'll cover
Slightly
the bill this
impressed and
time.
slightly scared.
You guys have fun on the evening, getting to know each other and all that jazz. I'll be in my wagon if you need me. And you can see he pulls out a little coin pouch and goes to pay for the meal.
After a few moments of marveling at the sky, he will attempt to spy the other three on the horizon, knowing full well where Yara is at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
and try to meander towards them.
So how pungent is the odor? You can tell a lot by an odor.
Go out the outside around the back there and point in the direction of a pile of something about 20 feet that way.
Jin will go inspect the something. What is the something?
A pile
don't-
of unknown mammals that
I
look
don't think
plague-like.
Ross thought this through enough.
I thought you'd be interested. I didn't think it was actually going to go this far, okay?
Dang it! I didn't think I'd get this far.
Yeah, that's one thing about my
Something
buddy. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
That's one thing about my buddy Jen. If you tell him there's something dead nearby, he's gonna want to know anything about it. So you really should have thought this one through, buddy. I don't know what you're gonna do now. You're stuck with both of us. Where he goes, I go.
That just
I'll
gives me the
Think of
strongest
that
South
next
Park
time,
energy.
I suppose. Looking a little
It's-
troubled that one over on this side cares deeply about the dead things, and the other one on the other side seems a little too enthusiastic about it.
I'd like to lean down and inspect the death.
Roll
And then
investigation.
Elkander comes walking around the corner.
Investigation, or would it be a met? Well, we'll start with because I'm not poking him.
I'm getting a stick.
That is a 11 for investigation.
Okay. With an 11, you can't quite identify exactly what it is that you're looking at, but you can see the presence of a combination of feathers and bones. So you assume that it's some sort of avian creature.
What could I glean with medicine?
You might be able to determine why
Cause?
it's in such a cause of death, perhaps, but also why it's in a pile.
Okay. Ooh, that is gonna be a 22.
Okay.
As there's a Jin, he's doing that thing again, where he does like that the thinking and the stuff and like he's really working hard right now.
As he's whispering that, I'm slowly backing away,
And he backs into Elkander.
regretting the decision immediately.
For your 22, whatever this is has probably been dead for not too long. More than likely, it was a recently killed bird. but it's mangled in such a way that you assume it's been run over by maybe one too many carts. So it's not possible really without, really getting in there to even attempt to figure out what could have killed it. But you're probably looking at a large bird that either died of natural causes or was shot down or what have you, and then got run over by a couple carts. The
I'm
bones are
assuming-
mostly mush.
I was about to say, I'm assuming that it's also essentially useless because of how crushed it is.
Yep. Your
Jin just-
character would deem it useless.
Jin stands up and he turns around. Why are you backing away? Don't you want to know the information?
And as he's backing away, he backs into Elkander.
You seem to be
And
stuck
it's like,
between a rock and a hard place.
I would like to know the information.
Hmm. Well, it's useless, essentially. It's an avian, but probably died of natural causes. It's been ran over so much that essentially there's nothing useful in it anymore.
The feathers, maybe?
If you want jewelry, I guess.
Yara might make use of them if there's any in full pieces.
It's been ran over quite a few times. I mean, you're free to take a glance, but it's useless to me.
Having done what he thinks was his job in this particular situation, he walks out from what is behind the wolf over to the bird.
How do you pronounce
Yeah,
your name,
I'm-
Cross?
Spacing on that pronunciation. again.
Gavra.
Gavra?
Mhm.
Okay. Walk out from behind Gavra, over to the bird, and gives it a look-see himself here.
What are you looking for?
Looking for whole, or at the very least, half intact feathers.
Roll a d20 for me, just a flat d20.
Okay. That is a nat 20.
Somehow, against all odds, one of the wings is sticking almost straight up and mostly intact. So there's a number of wing pinions, I believe they're called. Those large wing feathers that
Mhm.
can in fact be salvaged. It does smell like death, and rigor mortis has more than set in. But there are feathers that can be salvaged if they can be then purified afterwards, so as not to give people diseases.
He will reach down and break off the wing.
You do so with not even surprising ease.
As you're doing that, Jin will approach what is clear to probably most people, but not clear to Jim, wolf that is backing away from him. And he'll just lean in and he'll go, "How often do you find dead things? That's a useful talent."
My mouth opens up for a moment to say something, then immediately close again.
What? Stage
Before
fright?
Dang, he's calling you out as a bard.
Wow. It's not something that I come across too terribly often.
Hmm. Well, we'll have to try harder.
No, I won't.
Did you say something?
No. I'm just gonna be on my way.
Oh,
need rest.
where are you going? Is this a part of that bouncing around I've heard about?
Possibly.
Oh. Try to contract a disease.
I will not.
I appreciate your effort. And Jin just walks over to Dazbog. What a useful man.
I'm glad you're making friends.
Oh, is that what this is?
I wipe the sweat off my brow and just head into town.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch your name. But you, with the wing, did you find good specimen?
I believe I did. Yara can make use of these for her minis.
It's always so pleasant when something dead is useful. Make sure you disinfect those.
As always, I try to do so. Yara has a tendency to stab herself every once in a while she's working on a mini.
Well, if she gets a disease from that feather, let me know. I'd very much like to take a sample.
A little distraught at the mention, he gives a nod, and I will keep that minded.
It should be noted that Jin would probably be wanting more samples than normal, since they have come to realize that as a Tenebrine, Dazbo is actually immune to disease, and thus terrible for getting samples from.
It is very unfortunate.
Their blood is too powerful to get diseases.
Just looks at Jin, just a derpy look on my face, just tongue hanging out.
Oh my god.
It's pretty
So
useful,
adorable.
though, because, you know, he can carry all the disease without stress.
It's
Yeah,
actually
he
a
made me-
mechanical benefit. A pint of blood transplanted from them to someone else gives them advantage on the disease check to actually cure.
He made me carry this weird, really funny long name disease this one time. I forget what it was. I almost dropped it, and well, I was told if I dropped it, it would have been really bad. And I learned after that I don't touch things with really long names because they could be very scary.
Is
Half the town would have been
actually that is actually the smartest thing I've heard you say all evening.
Proud of himself, Dazbog's tail just starts flicking back and forth.
Anyway, good night then.
Immune to disease, not allergies. You know it. Darn pollen. Welcome on in, Mal.
And with the find, Alcander will make his way back back to Yara.
All right, what's Yara working on? I assume that Yara and Foxy are at Foxy's wagon, where Alcander will arrive shortly.
Yara went right into the
Pneuma ultramicroscopic cervical coniosis. That is a long name disease. Black coal disease? Coal miner lung disease? Black lung disease? Anyway.
Yara would have gone straight into the coffin, is what she had said.
Ah, okay.
Straight into the coffin, and she's roughing out already, or drawing on blanks. The rest of the delving crew.
Nice.
the rest of the crew.
He's already got one started.
She's already got one started of Foxy. Like, Foxy may notice that his brush is cleaner than it usually is.
His brush.
Like his hairbrush.
Hairbrush. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would have also probably found
she wanted some of his.
You would have found that the fur on that brush would have been lean, considering maybe he doesn't use it as often as he should.
She might poke her head out. I need more hair. Go brush or something. She goes back inside.
Foxy seems only a little taken aback, but is like, I mean, I signed up for this. Alcander would then probably walk in about then.
Oh, you alright? Okay. And he gets to work disinfecting the wing and getting the tweezers out of his kits and trying his best to pluck the feathers off of the wing.
What are you working on?
Just salvaging the feathers for any material.
Would you mind doing that not inside of my wagon?
He kind of stares at Foxy for a second. Yeah, I suppose.
Yes, thank you. The windows can only do so much.
I do need something other than
Other than what?
How porous is the ground? Like, would it be easy to
soil?
find a pocket?
A pocket.
Like a pocket of air?
A pocket of air.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to give me some more to go off of.
how easy would it be to find a part of a cave system?
You're gonna have trouble finding that out here.
Okay.
The soil here is nice, good for growing things. It's great almost all year round. It's pristine environment, not very rocky. You'll have to travel further north for more rocky terrain that's liable to have random caves.
He'll not give a knock to the coffin.
It creaks open. What? What?
I found something for you. I need a space to clean it and do some other things with it.
If it was anybody else, come in.
He goes into the coffin.
All right. Gabra, what are you guys up to?
I decided to do my thing and run back over to do some taverns.
Nice.
And I totally am not going to stay up too late and drink too much.
Totally.
Totally not. I'm gonna be the most responsible wolf in existence.
Get rotated. Would we be okay with going to the next morning?
I think so.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, at this point.
And just so I can get a gauge for it, how much longer do we think that we're going to want to go? Another 30 minutes?
I'm good for at least another 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, same.
30 minutes. 'Cause we gotta get kiddos to bed here.
I mean, that
Alright.
takes all of 2 minutes.
We'll see where we end up after 30 minutes and play it by ear from there. But fast forwarding time, if we go to the next morning, dun, 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 break of dawn, there's a wagon and a fox next to that wagon. He is waiting for each of you to arrive.
Dazbug just suddenly appears. Hi, good morning. How's it going? How are you? It's such a good morning, isn't it?
A wonderful morning. Where's your friend?
Jin would slowly drag his feet around the corner, very much hair everywhere, that head, dark circles under his eyes, and he goes, "Why does it have to be so early?"
The early bird catches the worm and all that jazz, and also I don't set the trade schedules. They need to get to this other town and still get back.
Jin just kind of looks at you and he squints a little bit. Worms are useless little creatures. Good for nothing. Early my butt.
Alright, where's the others?
Yara had a comment.
Worms are actually quite useful. They assist in the decomposition process.
Yeah, which means that they completely destroy useful samples. And they get up early as he just keeps, like, kind of walking away.
Foxy seems to be looking around to see where Gavra has run off to, or where they will be arriving from.
Funny that you don't see him yet.
Elkander will be shortly behind Yara with a feather in his head, or in one of his ears. Just tucked behind.
And then after way too long, Gavra finally comes around as disheveled as ever, dragging some bags and whatever he needs right behind him, slowly dragging his feet, trying not to look into the light too much. Little grumble when he passes by the other people. No actual words.
Daz lost in his own thoughts there. Oh, hey, look, music guy's here. Hey, does that mean we get to go soon? Yay, I can't wait to go.
I am sending you a quick DM cross.
Okay.
You probably also start to, like, after a little bit, you kind of hear soft little snores as Jin has fallen back asleep, just face leaned against the side of the wagon, just standing up, just face squished against it.
Gar goes over and starts gently pulling
Yara does what?
Yara comes over and just gently starts kind of like running her fingers through hair and fur, trying to collect hair and fur from Jin.
You would notice that even though Jin has bedhead, he is very well kept. So you'll get a little bit of fur, but you can tell that he takes great care in preserving his coat. So there's not much shed happening. But it is also
She just
very
mutters.
soft.
She just mutters and tucks it into a pouch. How am I supposed to get accurate representation for the figure if I can't get any fur?
Of course I want to go to the graveyard. Someone needs a pair of shears.
Oh, she has some. She just tries to not be destructive about the collection of her materials.
Tries not to. Drastic times, drastic measures, you know.
Yeah, there's a pair of shears, and Elkander has sharpened them many a time, but they're not used all that often. Aw.
Just Jin be distracted. No, leave Jin alone. Jin's just trying to get. He's trying to get his beauty rest.
All right. You'll be able to get your beauty rest once you guys are on the road. I doubt you'll have much else to do while you're traveling there. Again, it'll take you about half the day. It's a nearby small town.
Set down all my bags, kind of roughly, except for the expensive instrument things, and then sit down over in the on the far edge of a seat that's available. Tuck my hat down, try to rest some more.
All right,
Yeah.
I will see you guys back here.
All right.
You were saying?
Yara just pulls out a block of wood and starts whittling a shape that looks like Jin.
He guys.
Who is still face smushed against the side of the wagon. Don't compliment me. I know I'm a ghoul.
I assume Alkander and Dasbo also board the wagon.
Yeah, Despo will grab Jin, carry him into the wagon, sit him next to him in the wagon.
And Elkander will sit next to Yara, opposite side of these two knuckleheads. Daz, can I? Quick question.
Yeah.
You mentioned you two have been friends for some time.
Yeah, we've been friends for a very, 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 very goes on for 3 more minutes. Long time. How long I don't remember, but he's better with numbers, and it just points to Jin. Why? What's your question? What would you like to know?
At the 1.5-minute mark, Elkander's face breaks into a smile that he just can't help. And he continues to sit there for the other 1.5 minutes.
Long-lived species have the patience to wait. Foxy does not. So he has long since gone, and like the wagon starts moving while he's still saying, "Really."
And once he's 1 sec.
Just let me know when you guys are ready, but you guys can just converse amongst yourselves for this bit.
Who's on the other side of Jin? Because there's Daz, and then there was. Is there
Jazz
somebody on
and
the
Jin
other?
are on one side of the wagon. Alkander and Yara are on the other side of the wagon. I assume that Alkander is across from Jin. I don't know where Gavra is relative, which side they decided to sit on.
The far side from the door.
Yeah, but are you on the same set of seating as Jin and Dazbo, or on the same side as Alkander and Yara?
Oh god, I gotta pick my poison, don't I?
I mean, you're sitting next to one and across from the other, so you're getting a little bit of poison from either tray anyway.
Yeah. I'll sit over next to Daz and Jin.
Cool.
Great.
To be
great,
fair,
good choice.
Alkander and Yara take up more space anyway. They're both very tall. How tall is Yara?
It was like 7 foot something.
Yeah. 7'3".
7'3". Just
Jeez.
putting it out there because you guys, at the place you guys were at yesterday, the silver dragon that was there, a lady silver dragon, probably close to 8 feet tall. Towers over every one of you, dressed in fine purple silks. But yeah, Alkander and Yara, Alkander's also got the wings going. They take up space. They're tall.
So, once Daz was done saying very, the smile just plastered on his face. He'll ask, "How have you two gotten along so well? You seem complete opposites."
Daz takes and raises his finger and just kind of pauses and thinks about that, and then just he goes to say something, then stops again, and then shrugs. I don't know. I like everybody. I'm really good friends, and he was my first friend I ever made, and I told him I'm never gonna leave his side, and well, I never did. I told him that we're gonna be best friends for life, and he laughed it off and said, "Ha, I doubt that's gonna happen. He'll be long dead before I am, and well, we're still here, so we'll see what happens."
You are a precious thing.
Daz
Never
just
change.
can't. Daz just can't help but smile and just giggle a little, and clutches a quarterstaff close to his chest. Thank you. That means so much to me.
You kind of hear Jin still sleeping. Don't eat the fingers, Daz. Don't. Not the fingers.
Yeah,
Yara
okay,
just
that was only
reaches-
one time.
Yara reaches over and pats Daz on the top of the head.
Daz absolutely loses it and just the biggest smile on his face. You just hear this loud squeal come out of him. He's, oh my god, thank you so much. Yeah, that means so much to me. Oh my gosh, and uncontrollably just gives you the largest, happiest hug ever. You're my friend now. We're gonna be best friends forever. Thank you. Yay.
Oh, I guess I'm not getting rid of you either. Well, that just
Nope.
means I have longer to work on your mini.
Daz trying to control himself, sits back in his spot, but you can see he's visibly just really giddy. And if it wasn't for the fact the wagon was moving, he'd be running around on all fours outside right now.
How fast is the wagon going, by the way?
At a moderate pace.
Okay.
You could probably walk and keep up with it.
Is it open roof or?
It's covered.
Okay.
Is it how bumpy is it?
Not very. The road between where you guys are currently set up with the caravan and Vinte, the village, is actually pretty well traveled. It seems the opportune time that's probably why they wanted to stop this particular morning, was it would have been a very, very good road to travel on.
Jin kind of opens his eyes a little bit and he looks over at Daz and then he looks across. Which one of you gave him zoomies?
I think that would be a little bit of both.
He's gonna be like this for hours.
I haven't
And-
given him anything.
Next thing you know, Daz climbs up onto the wagon roof and just lays up there.
I just pat him on the head.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Won't be the roof.
Well, getting some air from this might be a good idea. And with the 15-foot dig speed, Elkander will jump out the back of the wagon, dive into the ground, and keep up with the wagon being directly on his right side.
Nice. You've only moderately disturbed the dirt as you do this burrowing. It is very nice soil. You can tell that it's kind of a telltale mark that the nearby village would be a vineyard. They likely are in an area that has very good soil. This would also tell you that you should not be burrowing underneath where their actual vineyard is growing, lest you cause damage, but it's good swimming. It's good
Daz
swimming
watches-
on land.
Daz watches in amazement, nearly falling off the roof of the wagon, trying to follow suit. Then remembers that he can't dig it that fast.
Okay.
Jin
Shut up.
would, since
Yeah, go on.
everybody kind of, except for Yara in our wolf friend is sleeping, he would kind of reach over and pull out a rather large black book and just kind of flip it open, and he would just slowly kind of flip through it, just reading it.
Cool. Anything else before we fast forward travel that you guys are doing while you are en route? Again, it's about a half day's travel. It'll be a roughly high noon by the time you guys arrive, maybe a little later than that.
The figure of Jin starts taking shape rather quickly. She holds it up, comparing the likenesses, and goes back to work.
Daz does the annoying thing and crawls to the front of the wagon and pokes his head down, looks at Foxy. Are we there yet? Are we getting close yet?
It's
Foxy's
a different.
not the one. Yeah.
It's a different
Oh.
person driving the wagon, but
Okay, well,
they
yeah.
seem to. They seem to have experience, and they just nod their head almost.
content with that, Daz climbs back onto the roof and stares up at the clouds in the sky, counting them as they go by.
All right. Anything else? Or shall we move on? Believe that covers everyone. Gavra, are you doing anything in particular, or are you just napping away?
I'm napping.
Napping away. All right. Then I will read the next little section that I wrote. Shut up. The
Damn.
village of The village of Vinte is quiet, and you'd likely be able to see the entire thing from the top of a tree. However, all open farmland is dominated by large vineyards and rolling hills, quickly giving way to a forest within which the proper town exists. While the trees are thinner and more spread out, you can't truly see the horizon once you're in the town proper. It might not be as difficult as you'd think to get lost in the forest. Light filters through the trees brightly, illuminating the houses that are within view, and the sound of the wind through the trees only further amplifies the calm aesthetic of this small village. So you guys have pulled in to Vinte Village. You come to a slow stop, and a couple more animal folk come out and greet the wagon.
Yara tucks her tools away, tucks the figure of Jin that's taking shape, climbs out of the wagon.
Leaving the wagon, and since you're already outside of the wagon, Alcander, you would have noticed it as well. A well-dressed individual, you would assume someone of some import, is approaching the wagon as well. They're a zebra.
Jin would also kind of just poke his head out.
Alcander would have been long since out of the ground and really walking next to as they come up. Would be one of the first of the party, I would have to surmise, to actually greet those that come to greet the wagon.
Before the too many people get there, Jin will also take it upon himself to walk over to Gevra and just kind of like lightly like smack his shoulder.
Jolts awake and goes,
Wakey wakey, their bones to find.
I gently pick your arm up by the sleeve and pull it off of me. Thanks. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. I guess there's also people here.
Yara approaches the well-dressed zebra. Are you the Magister?
He speaks in a thick Italian accent that I'm not even going to attempt to emulate. But, yeah, that's me. Matteo. And you guys are the delving crew that they've sent.
Yes.
Got a name?
Not as of yet. We're still finding
Jeez.
ourselves.
Send us a couple of amateurs. See how it is.
Yes, you can talk about us being amateurs. And Jin jumps out of the wagon. That's fine. I don't care. Judge me however you wish. Where are the bones?
Isn't that your job to find out?
Well, I assume you have information.
I don't know nothing.
Then why
I just
request?
know that I've got a number of people missing. Which I
Where's-
don't assume you'd know already.
Speaking of, where is the one that came back?
Oh yeah, that'd be Florence.
Yeah.
If you follow this road that way onto the edge, he runs our westernmost vineyard.
Ah,
Mm. Good. Someone with better information. And Jin will just start walking in that direction.
Well, if you guys find yourself staying more than one night, we don't have an inn proper, but I've made sure that 2 rooms are set aside at the tavern.
Oh, good. That should be all we need.
All right, I'll leave you to it. And he gets back to work, what do you call it? Cataloging what the wagon had brought with you and just doing magistrate stuff.
Yara will head in the direction Mateo pointed out.
Elkander will hold back just long enough to make sure everyone is heading in the same direction.
Dasbo, Gravia, Gavra.
Dasbo getting lost by all the pretty sights and everything like that almost starts walking off in the wrong direction until he realizes Jin's not beside him. He runs over to catch up with Jin.
I've finally gone and gathered up all my things. Finally get on out of the wagon. Start looking around at all the people, all the different sites, not having been there before, and trying to take in the surroundings as I'm slowly meandering my way toward the same direction.
And then Elkander will fall in line behind.
All right. The next part here will be your talk with Florence, but did we want to go ahead and call it there, and we can pick up the next session with Florence?
Bones.
That seems like a decent stopping point. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect idea.
Yes,
Bones.
please.
Florence McBones.
Florence McBones.
I was promised a fence of bones.
Okay, I'll roll a d20. 2.
Oh gods.
I'll roll
Two.
one. I got a 3.
Okay, I'll
Mine was a
roll.
9.
I rolled a physical one too.
I got it.
One more.
I got a
D20.
3 as
So did
well.
I
Can
rolled a
anyone
physical.
Can anyone roll higher than a 3?
I rolled a
I
9.
got a 9.
I got a 4.
A 4.
Living the high life right now.
Oh my god.
Y'all were
I got a
screwed.
3.
This bodes well.
Yeah.
We chose the appropriate time to stop.
The husky curse is spreading.
Oh no. Then let's go ahead and do our little outro. We'll just ask each one of you guys, where can we find you, and what is something that you're looking forward to for the Beast World campaign? We'll go in the reverse order. So Atlas, you're first.
Hi, my name's Atlas. You can find me at twitch.tv/SoakItAWolf. And I'm looking forward to Bones.
Bones.
And also cross-getting diseases from random bounces.
Oh my god.
I still don't know what these bouncing things are, but it sounds like fun.
Don't worry about it. Just know that there's a chance for disease.
And Husky, where can you be
Ah.
found, and what is something you're looking forward to with the Beast World games?
I could be found at Emo Say Husky at Twitch TV, and I am looking forward to making more friends and just having just an absolute fun time being this curious little tenebrine that is about to see the world for the first time. Is going to have so many questions. The party's going to either love it or be so annoyed by the end of it.
Killing them with kindness.
Heck yeah.
Cross, where can you be found on the internet, and what is something you're looking forward to in the Beast World campaign?
You can find me at twitch.tv/cross_the_wolf. Yes, I regret putting those underscores in my name every single day. And one thing I'm looking forward to is making some fun memes and annoying everyone at least one time.
At least one time.
At least once. Could be more.
Good luck.
Zana, speaking of you, where can you be found, and what is something you're looking forward to with this Beast World campaign?
Nowhere. You can't find me anywhere.
But you're here right now.
Yeah, you can find me here. You can find me in the Discord, the Wooters Team Discord. You can find me on Yagoki streams, bonking him with stuffies. And something I'm looking forward to, not being sick, first of all.
That's a good thing to look
That is a
forward
good
to.
thing to look forward to, speaking of diseases.
I'll take a sample.
I am throwing a dirty tissue at you.
Samples!
Yo, Jen, we talked about this. You gotta stop asking people for samples all the time.
I won't.
I know, but I still gotta tell you to stop.
And finishing the little mini army of the crew that she is part of now.
You guys have to come up with a name for your crew still.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
And then, last but not least, Yagoki. Where can you be found on the internet, and what is something you're looking forward to?
I can be found in a load of places. Some more frequently updated than others. Here on Twitch, over on YouTube, Blue Sky X. Actually, what am I calling it? X, Twitter.
Yeah, thank you
I'm
for
also
correcting
over
it.
I'm also over on Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok. You go to Wolf in all the places. And I am most looking forward to getting back to playing games with these stupid, fun people.
I think we're just going to
And
stop with stupid people.
and very excited that there's another Buns in the group.
Just another
Yes.
buns that I have to corral.
Yeah, you don't want to see Daz on sugar. Too much sugar for Daz, and well, he might just run to the next town and tell you what happens, and run back.
There is a reason Jin avoids sugar.
Yes. And you can find me at _Foxy on Twitch. I don't stream a ton, but when I do stream, I like to think that they're a calm and good time. I believe that you will catch our next session here in 2 weeks' time. Be looking out for that. We're hoping to only continue to increase the production quality and get part 2 of this particular Delver of however many parts it takes for them to figure it out. Bye, everybody. I believe that we're going to be raiding out to more than likely Mika, unless there are any other recommendations.
I believe Mika is... What?
I'm gonna be going live here in a moment with some Silk Song.
Okay, well, you have to go live first so that we can raid you. We can't end the stream without rating.
Go live. Hit the button. Do the thing. Make it so.
Do it, do it,
Come
do it, do it, do it.
Push
Push the
Hurry up.
button. Do
Faster.
it. Daz wants to
Big,
push the
big red
button.
button.
Go. Push the buttons.
Oh,
Daz,
Daz push the button. Okay.
Welcome on in, Ghost Opera. We are just finishing for the evening. Sorry about that, but be sure to follow and you can catch us on the next episode.
Hey, Ghost.
Which will be every
You missed
other
the fun.
Thursday.
It'll be on YouTube.
Yay.
I'll tell you about it tomorrow at work.
Every other Thursday.
Woo, yay. Every other Thursday, we're gonna have so much fun.
Gosh, wouldn't it be crazy if
Those are some
Yugoki
cute
the Wolf
stickers,
went
Ghost.
live? That'd be crazy. That'd be
Like,
crazy.
right?
That would be crazy.
That'd be wild.
Would be even wilder is if anybody that hasn't followed Yugoki yet goes and drops him a follow, so they can see it pop up live on his stream when he does go live.
Gosh,
Yeah, I felt
You-
push the button.
gosh,
like-
you know who I would follow? I would follow anyone on the Wooter stream team because they're all great content creators.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep. You see that name right down below us in the title of this stream? Just click them and follow. Click and follow. Catch them the next time they're streaming.
I like that.
Oh,
I
I
heard
guess
it
he's gone
twice.
live.
Oh my gosh, Yugoki went live. We should raid Yugoki.
Let's show
Whoa,
Raid
it's
Yugoki.
crazy.
What? No way.
Whoa.
I'm
Yay.
hearing myself through Yugoki's stream.
Yay. Thank you guys for showing up. We will catch you guys on the next stream. Bye.
Love
Day or
you.
two.
Bye.
Oh, you guys are so
Bye.
cute. Ooh.